There are no coincidences. If you're here, right now, watching and absorbing these words, know that this is exactly where you're meant to be. The forces that guide you, the unseen energies of the universe, have aligned to bring you to this very moment. You may not fully understand why yet, but you will. What lies ahead is a truth so powerful, it will shake your perspective and remind you of something you've always known deep within. You're not here to blend in, to follow, or to remain unseen. You've been chosen to rise above, to be more, and to lead with a quiet strength that others won't be able to ignore. You've spent much of your life observing, questioning, and sometimes doubting your place in the world. There were times when you wondered why you couldn't fit into the spaces where others seemed so comfortable. But that discomfort wasn't a curse. It was a sign. It was life's way of telling you that you weren't meant for the ordinary. The world tried to mold you into someone predictable, someone manageable, but your spirit refused to conform. Deep down, you've always known that there's something extraordinary about you, and now you're finally stepping into it. As you embrace this truth, you'll notice that you carry an energy unlike anyone else. You don't have to announce it, explain it, or justify it. It simply radiates from you. When you walk into a room, the air shifts. People may not know what it is about you that draws them in, but they feel it. It's in the way you carry yourself, in your quiet confidence, in the fact that you don't need to seek attention because attention finds you. And it's not because you've done anything flashy or dramatic. It's because you've embraced the power of presence. Your presence alone becomes a statement. You don't need to be loud to be heard, and you don't need to boast to be respected. When you speak, your words carry weight, not because you say much, but because you say what matters. This is the essence of your power, moving in silence and letting your impact speak for you. People will wonder about you, obsess over what you're thinking, and try to predict your next move, but they won't be able to. That mystery, that unpredictability is what sets you apart. The world craves explanations. People want to know why you do what you do, how you've managed to rise, and what secrets you're keeping. But the truth is, you don't owe anyone an explanation. Your success isn't a formula to be shared. It's the result of intuition, resilience, and trusting yourself when no one else did. While others were busy following trends and seeking validation, you were quietly laying the foundation for something greater. You didn't need applause or approval. You needed focus, and you had it. Now, as you rise, those same people who overlooked you will be the ones watching you closely, trying to piece together the puzzle of your success. They'll talk about you, create stories about how you got to where you are, and some will even envy your ability to thrive without conforming. But none of that will affect you. Why? Because you've learned that external noise, whether it's praise or criticism, has no bearing on your inner world. You're no longer seeking validation from outside sources. You've found it within. That's the shift that changes everything. When you're no longer tied to the opinions of others, you become unstoppable. You're free to make decisions based on what feels right for you, not on what others expect. This freedom allows you to move with purpose, to take risks that others would shy away from, and to trust that even if you fall, you'll rise stronger. Failure doesn't scare you anymore because you see it for what it truly is: a lesson, a stepping stone, a necessary part of growth. The strength you've gained from those moments of failure is immeasurable. You've faced rejection, setbacks, and obstacles that would have broken someone else, but you used them as fuel. Each setback became a spark that ignited something within you, a determination to prove to yourself that you are capable of more. And now you're seeing the results of that determination. The doors that once seemed locked are opening, not because someone handed you the key, but because you realized you had the power to create your own opportunities. And as you create these opportunities, you'll notice how effortlessly things begin to flow. You're no longer forcing situations or chasing after people who don't see your worth. Instead, you're attracting what's meant for you. The energy you're putting out is aligned with your purpose, and the universe is responding in kind. Opportunities, connections, and breakthroughs come to you, not because you're lucky, but because you're aligned. And alignment is more powerful than any strategy or plan. But this journey isn't just about you. As you rise, you'll naturally inspire others to do the same. You won't have to convince them or push them. Your presence alone will be enough to awaken something within them. They'll see you living authentically, and it will remind them of the dreams they've buried, the goals they've abandoned, and the potential they've ignored. Your growth will become a beacon of light, showing them that it's possible to break free from limitations and step into their own power. You'll notice that some people will try to cling to the old version of you, the one they could control, the one who doubted themselves and sought approval. But that version no longer exists. And while it may be tempting to revert back to those old habits to keep certain relationships intact, you'll know that doing so would only hold you back. Growth requires letting go, and not everyone is meant to join you on this journey. That's okay. The people who are truly meant to be in your life will rise with you or meet you at the top. This isn't about cutting people off or building walls. It's about recognizing who aligns with your purpose and who doesn't. Those who uplift you, challenge you in healthy ways, and support your growth are the ones who deserve a place in your life. The rest will naturally fall away, and you won't have to force it. Letting go will feel like a natural progression, not a painful goodbye. And with each release, you'll feel lighter, freer, and more empowered. The weight of others' expectations, the pressure to conform, and the fear of judgment will all fade into the background. What will remain is your truth, a truth that you'll carry with you as you continue to rise. And with that truth, you'll discover a level of peace that can't be shaken by external circumstances. This is the peace of knowing that you're exactly where you're meant to be, doing exactly what you're meant to do. There's a reason why people are drawn to you, even if they can't fully explain it. It's not about how you look or the words you say. It's about the energy you project, the mystery you carry, and the confidence that doesn't need to be announced. You've mastered the art of subtlety, of making people wonder without giving them all the answers. While others feel the need to explain themselves, to justify their every move, you've discovered the power of silence. In a world that demands constant noise, your quiet presence is what makes you unforgettable. When you walk into a room, you don't have to do anything special to command attention. You don't need to be the loudest or the most animated. Just being there is enough. People can sense that there's something different about you, something they can't quite figure out. It's the mystery of your being that captivates them. You've realized that you don't have to reveal everything about yourself for people to be interested in you. In fact, the less they know, the more intrigued they become. This isn't about playing games or being manipulative. It's about authenticity, about knowing that you don't owe anyone your full story unless you choose to share it. There's power in keeping certain parts of yourself sacred, in maintaining a level of privacy that others can't penetrate. When you leave gaps in your narrative, people will fill them with their imagination, creating a version of you in their minds that is larger than life. And that's where your influence grows. Not through what you tell them, but through what they believe about you. You've learned that silence can be louder than words. When you choose to speak, your words carry more weight because they're not diluted by constant chatter. You've developed the ability to observe, to listen, and to understand before responding. While others rush to be heard, you take your time, knowing that the right words at the right moment are far more powerful than a stream of empty noise. People listen when you speak, because they know you don't speak unless you have something meaningful to say. This ability to create impact through minimal effort extends to every area of your life. You don't need to announce your achievements or seek validation for your success. Your results speak for themselves. While others may boast about their accomplishments, you remain focused on the next goal, the next challenge, and the next victory. Your success isn't built on external praise. It's built on a foundation of hard work, resilience, and a deep understanding of your purpose. That's why it's lasting. It's not a performance. It's who you are. But this success doesn't come without challenges. There will always be people who feel threatened by your growth, who will try to diminish your accomplishments or spread false narratives about you. They'll try to make sense of your rise by attributing it to luck or circumstances beyond your control. But you won't be fazed by their opinions because you know the truth. You know the sacrifices you've made, the nights you stayed up planning, and the times you pushed through when everything in you wanted to give up. Their opinions can't diminish the reality of your journey. And that's what makes you untouchable. You've built yourself from the ground up, not relying on handouts or shortcuts, but on your ability to adapt, learn, and grow. You've faced rejection and failure, but instead of letting them define you, you used them as stepping stones. Every no you received became fuel for your fire. Every obstacle became an opportunity to prove to yourself that you could overcome anything. And now, here you are, stronger, wiser, and more determined than ever. The people who doubted you will start to notice the shift, even if they don't understand it. They'll see the way you carry yourself with a confidence that can't be shaken, and they'll wonder where it came from. What they won't realize is that this confidence was born from struggle, from moments when you had no choice but to believe in yourself because no one else did. They'll see the results of your perseverance, but won't understand the battles you fought to achieve them. And that's okay. You don't need them to understand. You just need to keep going. As you rise, you'll attract people who align with your vision and repel those who don't. The ones who are meant to walk this journey with you will be drawn to your authenticity, your resilience, and your unwavering commitment to your goals. They'll see you as a leader, not because you've declared yourself one, but because you lead by example. Your actions, your discipline, and your consistency will inspire them to do the same. And as you lead, you'll discover that leadership isn't about control. It's about influence. You don't have to force people to follow you. When you're living authentically, People naturally gravitate toward you because they see something in you that they want to cultivate within themselves. They see your strength and are reminded of their own. They see your success and realize that it's possible for them too. Your leadership is rooted in empowerment, not in domination, and that's what makes it so powerful. But leading others doesn't mean neglecting yourself. You understand the importance of self-care, of protecting your energy, and of taking time to recharge. You've learned that you can't pour from an empty cup, and that's why you prioritize your well-being. While others burn out from trying to do too much, you've mastered the art of balance. You know when to push forward and when to step back. This balance is what allows you to sustain your success without sacrificing your peace. Your peace is sacred, and you guard it fiercely. You no longer allow toxic people or situations to disrupt your inner harmony. The moment you sense negativity, you distance yourself, not out of avoidance, but out of self-respect. You've worked too hard to build this peace, to let anyone take it away from you. And because of that, you've created a life that feels good on the inside, not just one that looks good on the outside. This peace is what allows you to navigate challenges with grace. You don't panic when things go wrong, because you know that setbacks are temporary. You don't dwell on mistakes because you've learned to see them as lessons. And you don't fear uncertainty, because you trust that everything is unfolding as it should. Your ability to remain calm in the face of adversity is what sets you apart. While others are consumed by chaos, you remain centered, knowing that your power comes from within. And as you continue on this journey, you'll realize that the only competition that matters is the one with yourself. You're not here to outshine anyone else. You're here to outdo the person you were yesterday. Every day is an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to become a better version of yourself. You're not chasing anyone else's dreams or living according to anyone else's standards. You've defined success on your own terms, and that's what makes your journey so fulfilling. Your path isn't meant to look like anyone else's, and that's what makes it unique. You're carving a trail that others will one day follow, but you're not concerned with being a trendsetter or a role model. You're simply living authentically, and that authenticity is what inspires others. You're proof that it's possible to rise without losing yourself, to succeed without compromising your values, and to lead without seeking power. And that, in itself, is the legacy you're creating. A legacy of authenticity, resilience, and purpose. Your journey has been anything but ordinary. You've taken paths that others were too afraid to walk, and you've faced challenges that would have made most people turn back. But you didn't. There's something within you, a fire that refuses to be extinguished, a drive that pushes you forward even when the odds seem insurmountable. It's not that you don't feel fear. You do. But you've learned to move forward in spite of it, to face it head on and turn it into fuel for your growth. This courage is what separates you from the rest. It's what defines you as a chosen one. While others play it safe, staying within the boundaries of what they know, you've dared to take risks. You've ventured into the unknown, trusting that even if you didn't have all the answers, you'd figure it out along the way. And you did. The risks you've taken didn't always lead to immediate success, but they always led to growth. Every setback became a lesson, and every failure became a stepping stone. You've built your resilience through experience, through moments when you could have given up but chose not to. This resilience isn't something you were born with. It's something you cultivated. It grew with every challenge you faced, every time you had to start over, and every moment you had to dig deep to find the strength to keep going. Now, that resilience is a part of you. It's woven into your very being, making you someone who can't be easily broken. When life throws obstacles your way, you don't crumble under the pressure. You rise, and in rising, you inspire others to do the same. People watch you, not because you demand their attention, but because your journey is a testament to what's possible. They see someone who has faced adversity and come out stronger on the other side, and they want to know how you did it. They want to understand the mindset that allows you to keep going when everything around you seems to be falling apart. But what they don't realize is that your strength doesn't come from never falling. It comes from always getting back up. You've learned to embrace failure, to see it as a necessary part of success. Where others see defeat, you see an opportunity to learn, to adapt, and to come back stronger. You no longer fear making mistakes, because you know that mistakes are simply proof that you're trying, that you're pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone. And that's where growth happens. Outside of what's comfortable, beyond what's familiar. You've made peace with discomfort because you understand that it's a sign you're evolving. This mindset has allowed you to achieve things that once seemed impossible. It's given you the confidence to dream bigger, to set goals that others might consider unrealistic, and to believe in your ability to achieve them. You've become someone who doesn't just wish for success. You create it. You've taken control of your narrative, rewriting the stories of doubt and limitation that once held you back. And now, those stories no longer have power over you. The only story that matters is the one you're writing now, the one where you rise, thrive, and inspire. As you continue on this journey, you'll encounter moments of self-reflection, moments when you look back at how far you've come and marvel at your growth. You'll remember the times when you doubted yourself, when you questioned whether you had what it took to succeed, and you'll realize that those moments were necessary. They were the crucible that forged your strength, the trials that prepared you for the success you're experiencing now. Without them, you wouldn't be who you are today. This realization will fill you with gratitude, not just for the good times, but for the struggles as well. You'll see them as gifts, as opportunities to uncover parts of yourself that you didn't know existed. You'll understand that the challenges weren't there to break you. They were there to build you. And with this understanding, you'll face future challenges with a sense of calm and confidence, knowing that you've already overcome so much and can handle whatever comes next. But this journey isn't just about personal growth. It's about the impact you're making on the world around you. As you rise, you'll notice that your energy influences others in ways you didn't expect. Your resilience becomes a source of inspiration, your authenticity a beacon of hope, and your success a reminder that it's possible to rise above circumstances and create a life you're proud of. People will look to you not just for guidance, but for proof that they too can achieve greatness. This is where your true power lies, not in your ability to achieve success for yourself, but in your ability to inspire others to believe in themselves. You've become a living example of what's possible, and that influence will create a ripple effect. The people you inspire will go on to inspire others, creating a chain reaction of empowerment that extends far beyond what you can see. Your success isn't just about you. It's about the legacy you're leaving behind. And that legacy isn't built on material achievements or external recognition. It's built on the lives you've touched